Hey everyone, how's it going? Alright, let's keep it going with the last case, shall we? Investigation, right? Yeah. Yeah, we just finished the trials on this date, I remember. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I forgot kind of what we're Oh, I think we need to figure out who was the last guy to go to that place, the 777 guy, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Okay. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. Alright. In order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Right, so she confessed that they made up evidence, right? On that one case, like, forgot the name of the case, but yeah, that case that she was on. Right, that's how it ended. I forgot about that. But yeah. Yeah. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident, that's the one, was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Hey Grace, how's it going? We're going to jail? I don't know yet. I still don't know who did it. I don't know, I have my suspicions on someone, but I don't know. Alright. The Joe Dark killings? Yeah, that's the guy. Okay. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What happened to you? We don't know that. What do you mean, what happened to you? A trick question answer. Is everyone going to jail? Maybe. I mean, I think pretty much all characters have been at least, you know, accused to being murderers or something at this point. Okay, so yeah, pretty much. Okay. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Is it? I didn't read that. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yeah. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. Hey Azelia, how's it going? Gonna leave a lurk? No problem, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And for the lurk. Hope you have a good day. Yeah. Okay, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? No problem, you too. Thank you. The night of Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? What? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. Oh. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Okay. I guess we're talking to her. And it happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time on the year 2. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Okay? Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Darke. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. Okay? I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Yeah. Joe Darke tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then... what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out suddenly. Oh god. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. When I saw them burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? After the incident. I don't remember the moment when Darke stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. My man. Okay. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Permanent picture, what did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Darke knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. Yeah. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. Okay. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14, that's understandable. Yeah, true. She was really young. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. Oh, okay. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. And that way Lana would never have to forge any... I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Something puzzling? There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. What? Joe Darke had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. Ooh. And now I see. So she was in the police. Okay. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Darke case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have another talk with her. Okay, Detective Lana. Got it. What can I show her? Victims. Trial data. There's some witnesses, Lana's guy and Emma's guy. Damon Gant, Lana's guy. The executive investigators. Yeah, I knew she was a detective because of that. Okay. Alright. Present this. It seems everything is somehow related to this incident. What was it labeled again? The Vessel 9 incident? Yes, the name of everyone connected to this trial is listed in here. All that's left is to figure out just what role everyone plays in this case. If we search hard enough, I think we'll find our answers. What exactly did or didn't Lana do? I'm not sure I want to know everything. Okay. We owe our entire success in court today to this tape. At first I thought it was a joke, but it turned out to be a gold mine of evidence. I counted a total of 5 clues in it. It also gave the Blue Badger some publicity. Of the negative sort, that is. I mean, any publicity is good publicity, right? Okay. His fingerprint was left on the locker when Marshall was stashing his bloody coat. Guess the blood wasn't Mr. Goodman's after all. Nope. Just that of an overly zealous patrolman. So there wasn't a murder at the police department at 5:15 in the end. I wonder what's going to happen to Officer Marshall now. This char's pretty fragile. Looks like it's about to break apart. What do you mean about to? It's already broken. I meant again. This piece was found in Detective Goodman evidence locker. That means this is somehow related to that other incident. Yeah, but we still haven't used that. See this? I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency. Yeah. See this? See this? Okay. Mr. Goodman didn't have this on the day of the crime, right? Right. A few days before he was murdered, he had filed the lost item report. Although stolen item is more like it. Swiped by the lone wolf who dressed up like him. I never would have thought Officer Marshall the type to do something like that. It didn't come as much of a surprise to me. Okay. This screwdriver was at Edgeworth's office, wasn't it? Yes, he said it didn't have anything to do with the crime. Then what are we doing carrying it around? Hey, don't ask me. I'm not the one making the decisions around here. If I recall, Edgeworth said Chief Gant asked him to take this to the prosecutor's office. Mr. Mr. Edgeworth is so kind giving us something like this. Hey, you don't think he likes me, do you? Ooh. Oh, why the music stopped? Are you okay, Emma? Mr. Wright, hurry, run. Chew? Did you sneeze? I hope you sneeze on your elbow, though. Here, I'll wipe those fingerprints off your face. Oh, what? Might as well wipe my dignity away too while you're at it. What the fuck just happened? That was weird. Okay. Oh, there's only one number left to check out. Yeah, the 77. That's right. We now know the other numbers aren't related to the murder. 7777, an executive officer. 777777. I believe that's 17 too many. We can't find out whose number this is unless we have some incriminating evidence. That's going to be hard to dig up by tomorrow. Wait, it said it's an executive something. Hold on, I want to check the file again. Executive something. Executive investigator. Yes, Kant is one of them. So that's the one I'm suspicious of. I think Kant has... I don't know, I think Kant can't be the murderer. I don't know, man. I don't know. This stuff is pretty expensive. You don't say. How much? I'd say about 10 bucks per gram. I save up my allowance to buy it. Your allowance? Does your sister give you that? Yes, we don't have parents. Oh, sorry. Right. Sometimes she even gives me a bottle instead of my allowance. A bottle of luminol testing fluid? Man, I'd just take the allowance myself. Okay. Why would this have been in the car's exhaust pipe? It's evidence from an old case, right? Right, the SL9 incident. It was solved, apparently. This knife was stolen on the day of the evidence transfer. Maybe I should look into this SL9 incident. Okay. There was something strange about the shoe, wasn't there? Let's see. What was it? The traces of blood on its sole. There wasn't any blood found at the prosecutor's office underground parking lot. But we did find blood on the floor somewhere, didn't we? What was that again? In the evidence room at the police department. Now stop using me as your memo pad. I mean, I'm kinda glad that they do these things to remember stuff, cause I don't remember half of this. Okay. This photograph. Miss Starr must have been seeing things and photographing things. This proves Miss Sky was there at the scene of the crime. She's connected to this crime somehow. You see this? Okay. According to Miss Starr's testimony, your sister used her phone right after the murder to call you, right? But she hung up right away. It was a bad connection. I couldn't hear anything. It was an underground parking lot, I suppose. She did say something about a muffler. But like I said, she hung up right away. Okay. 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 So, Mr. Edgeworth's knife was the murder weapon? Right, or so the witness Miss Starr claims. She saw your sister stab Mr. Goodman with this knife. You know, all of this is that Angel Star's fault. He's not the one on trial here. Well, no, but she must have seen it wrong. Her eyesight isn't on trial here either. Okay. I bet you'd be pretty happy with a King of Attorneys shield too, huh? We defense attorneys are a scattered, unrecognized bunch. Still, I wonder why the trophy shield's broken. It is pretty odd, huh? I doubt it has anything to do with this case though. This thing, I think, is the same thing. Yeah. Okay. See, this is my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Position mostly silver, I think I read this. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's move somewhere. We have to talk to Lana, right? Okay. February 24, detention center, visitor's room. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. True. Believe me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know Mr. Wright. The right to know Mr. Wright? Okay. Okay, let's talk about it. Today's trial. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today. Not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Hey Nicole! I'm here, but also got alert again because I'm not here yet. Yes, I know playing all the same games as you, so don't worry about it. Lurk away, and thank you for stopping by. Okay. 5:15 there was a murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Oh god, music stopped again. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Okay, Detective Lana Sky. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Oh, we can't. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was a deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor, what happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police, and arrange my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask Morgue about the investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Drake investigation. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means that the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Gung-ho? What? I don't know what that means. But sounds wrong. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. First one at the scene. She was as a witness on the case file. I saw that. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office... We're confused, why are there two people there? One is Marshall, the other one... Oh, the other one's Dark. Dark died there too? No. He didn't die there. Oh, he was knocked down. Okay. I think. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor. 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. Well, 3. Oh, right. Because Emma was there. Right, she got... Yeah, she blacked out. Okay. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim. Emma, who had passed out. Yeah. And the suspect Joe Dark. Okay. Yeah. Okay. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Wait, he killed him? I'm confused. I thought he... No, he got sentenced to death later, right? I'm confused with this case. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion. Oh, there we go. I'm laying unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. The heat is making you sleepy? Hey, it's fine. Hey, it's fine. I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall, yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Darke. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. About you? Say I'm gonna go. How's your Saturday? It's been okay. Nothing out of the ordinary, just... Yep, nothing special. But yep, it's been alright. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. How about you, Chris? Did you do something special? Something fun? Something at all? Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Darke at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Okay. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved. She really means it. The AC is what saves me in these trying times. I guess I can't say the same here because, you know, it's cold now. But yeah. The heater is what saves me here. Okay. But to eat a light dinner before sending the fiancés off for bed. Okay. Sounds good. Hope you enjoy dinner. Lana. Attorneys and prosecutors. Okay, you're not helping, Lana. Okay. You are not helping at all. Girl, why? Why you do this? I'm just gonna go through it anyway. I know she's gonna say no to everything, but I don't care. Okay. Man, there's a lot of evidence in this case. Okay. Okay, I'll just skip the sheet. Okay. Alright, you don't want to talk, I'll move. Okay. Let's go to the underground parking lot? Sure. Underground parking lot. Homemade sandwiches. Nice. Sounds good. Nothing too spicy. Okay. No one's here today, not even Miss Star. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. You gotta have the spice. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Try. Okay. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Sliding. Yeah, this is gonna be the same thing. That's where we found the note. 221 SL9. The SL9 incident. The case that was due for transfer of the day of the murder. I never knew. The SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Everyone in this case played some part in that incident. This has to be more than just sheer coincidence. This rope, is it? Yup, the lady in the outline of the victim's body. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. I've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Okay, I don't like that there's no music here. A block. A block. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated in B block. Yeah, I know, I'm not giving up my job that soon, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Red, about as red as a sports car can get. It was pretty red, alright. But it was found in Edgeworth trunk. What model car is it? What? I think it was called a sedan or coupe. Something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Bruh, why are you judging us? I don't know these things. Okay. Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. I don't know, man. Why didn't they clean this already? Doesn't Edward need the car? Okay. Whatever. Okay, let's just... I don't think we're gonna find anything here. Let's just move to the police... Wait. The office here? Okay. Some of that ghost pepper. Oh boy. February 24, High Prosecutor's Office. Mr. Edgeworth is in here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. I guess. Okay. Let's just go to the police station. I think that's where the action is. Okay. That's not where I wanted to go. There was some other place, I think. Entrance. Oh, my man's Marshall. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, Bambina. Okay, I should have known my luck had run out when all Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Who Billy? Your car? Must be his pet cactus. Oh, alright. Say, wait, the cactus dried? What? How do you dry a cactus, my man? Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary apparent. But we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why do you do it? Why do prosecutors head west? Prospectors, what he said? Prospectors? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Okay. Drake trial. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It was a different knife? It means there is a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. Okay. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Yeah, Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. Oh man, he was real young. Okay, he was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? Oh, okay, I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right, it was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years ago have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in the case. In that case, we all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation save one was taken care of. Miss Star was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. I mean they were the chief then, so yeah, makes sense. Okay. Gant and Sky. The investigation lead Damon Gant and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret, it all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant, who... Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't even be a patrolman after today. Okay, too bad. I won't be around to work with you. when you become a real scientific investigator. Oh, adios, Bambina. Okay, well, he gone. He gone. Okay. Well, see you, Marshall. Okay. The badge is still... Oh god, don't show it to me. Oh no. Oh no, I made mistakes. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing about like crazy since the other day. Get that out of my face. Okay. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Same. Okay. Let's go with the duel now here. Police station, criminal affairs department. Cool. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Oh, thanks. Well, he actually talked to us. Okay. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our... Oh, about Mr. Edgeworth. Not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Okay. Just gonna let us in? Okay. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Okay. What are you talking about? Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Okay. He just told us not to. I'm confused. Okay. Vogt, we're going there. Okay. Oh god. What the fuck is a fucking church piano here? What the hell? This is weird. Okay. Police Department Chief's office. Okay. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. Okay. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Okay. I never could remember where C was. Okay. Oh, Gant. Oh, it's you too. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Wright-o, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too. With Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? I see them. With Marshall and Lana? Yup. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Something's not right. Oh. The base. The base is back there. The base that's broken. That was broken in the evidence room. Why was it there? I knew again, it had to have something to do with it. That thing on the armor thing is weird too. Is that a scarf? Is that a red scarf? That's weird. Okay. Yes, I need this as evidence. Photo at the award ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. Cool. Oh, it does have the scarf there. Oh, it's the cape, it's not a scarf. No, I see it. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here. So let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. Oh, that's why there was... So the jar was part of the evidence too, right? Because this was the crime scene. The jar was here. Got broken. Okay, so it must have lost that little label that they put on the evidence items, right? That's why it's missing a part. I see. The case has long since been over, and there's no need to investigate it anymore. That's what someone suspicious would say. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Okay, don't give me the look. Don't give me the look again. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Oh god. Oh, come on. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems like case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Okay, we have a mission. Okay, going back in. Hey pal. Oh god, it's a gumshoe. Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like the gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two and Kurt. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay. Alright, let's talk pal. Edgeworth's crisis. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Anaska is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Dick, call me Dick. Oh Dick, oh that's Gumshoe. Okay, I thought Gumshoe called me Dick instead of Nick. Okay. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime, my treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Okay, SL9. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier, while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. And that's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Let's see, I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. The knife? Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Okay, Drake's crime. Joe Dark, not Drake. I keep saying Drake. Okay, Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. Okay. An animal? An animal? He killed the man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well, finally he turned himself in. Okay. My god, he killed everyone that saw that. Holy shit. Seems he was pretty careless. A pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that the last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Did I hear right, or did I read right, or did he kill a kid too? That's fucked up. Okay. Okay, you wanna see the murder weapon then? I'll show you all the things first. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll keep that in mind. Yeesh. Okay. Okay. I can't inspect it. Okay. I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice, I for one ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. But Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. Let me share a little advice. Okay. I can't believe Officer Marshall would do something like that. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Really? He said, Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus. Hard to believe he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Okay. Oh, about that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Yeah, I just saw it on the chief's office, or the photo, somewhere. Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Oh, why would that be? Chief Gaunt? Where could I have seen that before? It's right here, pal. Okay. No locker can be opened without a fingerprint match. Besides, there's no reason for the murderer to touch his own locker. Hey, wasn't your locker the one with the blood on it, detective? The handprint of the real murderer's gloved hand without any fingerprints. Shh, if they come to arrest me, you'll defend me, won't you? Okay. If that happens, I think you'll do better pleading with Edgeworth. Okay. Let me share advice, plan, advice. Oh, a lost item report, huh? Very impressive, detective. You knew what it was right off the bat. Well, I am a master of misplacement, you know. Okay. Master, that has such a cool ring to it. Okay. The way I see it, if things are meant to be lost, then they're meant to be lost. There's a higher power at work here. Oh boy. Wow, a higher power. Maybe I shouldn't let Emma hold any evidence. Okay. This dude. Hey, that powder's used for detecting fingerprints. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth gave it to us. He did what? All I have is some flour. Are you okay, detective? Quick, run! Achoo! Oh, they all sneeze because of the thing. Now I get it. If it's any help, one time I took a nap on a bench with wet paint. Why am I not comforted? Okay. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yep. Yes, there's only one number left to investigate at 428. Okay. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 7777777. That's 1 7 too many, detective. My god, Phoenix just counts them. An executive officer. I just might have a hunch. I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow, is that a new type? I've never seen that model before. Add 3 inches to your base height. Base height? Here, let me see that. Looming tall. No, it's not luminal, it's looming tall. New and improved growth formula. Oh no. Oh no, Gumshoe. What the fuck did you buy? You mean this can't detect any blood traces? Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. Oh no, pal, you've been played. Okay. Sure, advice. That's the photo that Miss Star took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Star is quite a lady. Why? I remember it was winter. I was 16. Bro, this game's taking them sharp turns. Yeah. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16, that's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school too. Let me share advice. Okay. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the bloodstain on that evidence locker with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. How did Mr. Edgeworth's guard stab with Mr. Edgeworth's knife? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutor Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Where you the award? I think I read this. Congratulations. I was wondering why is it broken and he's not gonna tell us. There's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. He forgot. Yeah. Okay. His ID belongs to the victim. Good man. You can do just about anything. Scary. It's only scary because you keep dropping your card. Look at my secret number a lot. But on me after all, what could be wrong with that? I think I'll stay out of this conversation. Okay. Let's show him the switchblade then. Okay. About this. Hey, is that... It has a tag attached to it with the label S09 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, it suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, detective? Quick, before you forget again. Okay, let's talk. Murder weapon. This knife. It was Joe Darke's, wasn't it? That's right. Why are you scratching your head? We traced it back to the store. He bought it at... Plus, it had his fingerprints. Oh, we traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too. Would be nice if I could read. Okay, but now no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. Wow, incredible stuff. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. In Marshall's body. What did he mean? That's what did he mean. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. Wow, mind-blowing. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Darke's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Okay, stabbed in the back, died from the puncture heart and lung. Ooh, a knife tip was in the wound. But the other Marshall, Jake Marshall, said that the wound didn't match with the knife. Something like that. Weird. Okay. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Kent. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What, really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'll be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. Okay. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So, in other words, Gumshoe's our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Something I already showed him everything, I think. I have an attorney's badge. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men now show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Okay. I don't think I have what he wants. This? No. Okay. Okay. I think I need to find that somewhere else. Okay. I have this now. Let's see. Attorneys and prosecutors. Okay. How about these? Nope. Okay. Right. Okay, bye, Lana. Edgeworth? There we go. Hi, prosecutor's office, room 1202. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Okay. Tough day incurred, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Okay. Okay, hold on. I want to examine this paper. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. We didn't even look. What? Letter of... You're having trouble reading. I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Oh no. No. Why are you resigning, my man? Resignation? Edward, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation, he's serious. I mean, that can prove that he didn't know about the forged evidence, right? Okay. I think, well, I don't know. Okay, let's talk to him. Forged evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Okay, the day of the crime. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Can asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. Chief Can is getting more suspicious by the second. Okay. Alright, I think we have to show him the picture. I'm gonna go through all the other things first. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, the clear path is laid out before me. I have no time to look back on what might have been. Okay. Right, please, I'm the prosecutor in this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very stylish manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence I can get some reaction out of him. Okay. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna be something. I'm gonna skip it and play it again. You know, wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere like on a shelf. That has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? He's asking me? Why can't you just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Yeah, don't you remember the other shield in the court record? I guess I better present this other shield. Yes, I know what you want me to show. Okay. Okay. Going through it. Going through all of it. Oh, this is different. No? Oh no, I thought it was different. Nope. Dot. Okay. 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 Seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. Hey, don't look at me. Yes, I went into the evidence room on the day of the crime. Chief Can asked me to do something. To take evidence from a case of 6 months ago back to the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? The room's always dark and I was in a hurry. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Oh. Okay, let's go through it real quick. Come now, Wright. You can't seriously expect me to just sit down and chat with you about the case. But this isn't related to the case, remember? You said so yourself. So I did. Chief Gang gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here from the police department. The chief is a very competent man, but sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. A certain detective comes to mind. Oh, I'm missing this again. Okay. It seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. Evidence room in the daily crime. Chief Gang asked me to do something. Okay, we know this. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. Okay. Let's skip this. Okay. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently I was so caught up in the smoke I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth. The others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. But Mr. Edgeworth, you were only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can or cannot do. That hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter... Okay. Here it is. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gang's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of the Prosecutor's Trophy. Okay. Isn't it broken too? I'm confused. I think it's broken too. Speaking of that, oh wait, it doesn't have a sword. The one that Edgeworth has. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. It doesn't have... It has a sword. The one he has doesn't. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay, we talk about it. King of Prosecutor's Trophy. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. Ooh. Tale time. Okay. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. What is halberd? Have you heard this story? I don't know what halberd means. Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though? For Emma's sake. Sure. Very well. Okay, story time. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. So it's like a spear? That's a halberd? Okay. I think that's kinda how it looks like. Okay. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Oh, why are we objecting? Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. Yeah, I was thinking about that. The shield, because the halberd could go through anything, and the shield could resist anything. So, someone's lying. One of those is not real. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items, I like that the music just popped off. Okay. The very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Nice, that's a cool story. Okay. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks Mr. Edgeworth, I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. Okay. 2 years ago the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, giving it its current form. That's weird. It all revolves around Gant. Would you look at that? Okay. I guess we're going now. Oh, what's happening here? Miss Star? Excuse me. Yep. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. I never thought of that, I guess. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Tarr's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Oh, music. Deep. It's deep time. Okay. Dark investigation. Joe Dark that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Who's her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. After case closed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence producing Kerr was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? What? Okay. Miss Tarr has all the tea apparently. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism. By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Tarr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Oh, okay. Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right, having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. Oh, what? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. Oh, Gant. You're into some real shit. Okay. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie? It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine, okay? I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Hey RJ, how's it going? This last case is like the journey to the final boss in Indivisible. Yeah, it's something else. It's just way too long. I think this is longer than like 3 of the other cases already. Okay. I think I heard they added this case after the original release. This was not in the original game. I think they added this in like the DS version of the game, I think. So yeah, it's kind of like a DLC case. And it makes sense because in the other case it all had a nice conclusion, and yeah, a lot of the characters there are not here anymore. So yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Gonna move to. Wait, are we moving? Do I have something for Gumshoe? Oh, this is gonna trigger him for sure. The resignation letter. Yeah, let's go there. Okay. Yup. Okay, criminal affairs. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. What? You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, very smart. Okay. Oh, that DJ. I can admire your persistency, but my answer still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Oh, he likes Edgeworth, so I don't think it's gonna like if he resigns. There you go. What's this crumbled up piece of paper? Nope, he reading. Oh, he reading. No way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him... Oh, deep music, okay. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they won't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective, thank you. Gamster's ID tucked swiftly into pocket. Police department ID card allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. Okay. Alright, what's your number? Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Okay. Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. Okay. You're done roasting him? Okay, I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. Okay. Poor man. Okay. I can't see the number though. Okay. Okay, let's move to the chief's office. February 24, police department, chief's office. Here goes Mr. Wright. Oh. It worked. We're back at the organ. Okay. Oh, there's a safe. Ooh. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting you to bail me out. You're here? Eek! Gah! What was that? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Well, you could be a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I was sneaking. I was just worried. I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Country's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. What? Oh, what? Hey, don't do that to my card. Oh, he broke it. Why would you do that? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figure I have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now, come on. Let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay. Yeah, let's talk to him first. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. Waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gan's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. Okay. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gan and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Big doubt. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Oh, what you mean, dude? Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Can might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? I've been suspicious since day one. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Okay. Okay, let's examine this. Let's slide here and check Lana's desk. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Okay. What else? What else? Ooh, window? Look at the giant window. This really looks like a church thing. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Jumping off a 15th floor? Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Okay. Oh boy. There's a picture. Okay. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gann to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Okay. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gann must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? Okay. Plates there? No. Okay, let's see the organ. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the criminal affairs department. That's on the 2nd floor and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. Okay, but aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. Okay, that's beside the point. Okay. Yeah, that safe is looking at me real suspicious. Okay. What is this? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gann's desk. Speaking of that, well, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you too. Chief Gann. He put the paper he was reading in his desk. Oh. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this though. Hey, look at the case name. SL9? Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, the SL9. No, about the evidence list. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. Yeah, that's what Edgeworth said. What would the other half of the list be doing here? Oh, it's both halves. Okay. I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Oh. Evidence list added to the court record. List of evidence. SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Oh, how do they don't know there's a second page? That's weird. Okay. Well, look at the size of Chief Jen's desk. We found this inside the drawer. A list of evidence. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half to that list. What would this list be doing here? We'd better look a little more into this list. Okay. Oh, yeah, we can see it. It's just blurry. It's just blurry. Oh, what the, What the, Why? Why is this drawing here? I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I'd better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. Okay. That is a... It could be the SL9 attack. Or the other one, because they're kind of similar, I think. The last one? Okay. There's a window. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor, at first the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Yup. What about the armor? This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean you're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh. Be careful of what you say. You know, who knows? The chief might be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think it fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. What if he is though? Okay, I can't avoid the safe anymore. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. Is it 77777777? Are these 7 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. It's 7 sevens. Has to be 77. Input number, don't touch input number. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... No. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Okay. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Access granted. Nailed it. First try, baby. Okay. I knew it. It was Gan all along. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 77777, the final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777, that ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gan's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yes, examine please. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's oh, is the part I was missing. Wait, does he have something written on it? A shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Oh, bruh. Come on, Nick. There's something else in here too. Nope. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Yeah, with a handprint. Okay. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? What you talking about? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yep, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Well, this for instance, that's one thing. Wait, what? How can I present this? Oh, I have to move to present. Okay, that's weird. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? I mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. You think? Let's see if it fits. Assemble fragments. Okay. Here, let me see that chart. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gan was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Okay. Combine. Alright, have to rotate it. That's the way. Okay. Is that a symbol? There, it feels like a charm. That of course means Chief Gan willingly and knowingly hide a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident, but... Hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached is different from the others. What is that? There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gan hide this in his safe? Unstable jar. Updated in the court record. Evidence from the S9 incident. Final fragment found in Chief Gan's safe. Blood traces. Okay. Can I use this on the... Can I use this? Septic shoe. I'd like you to have a look at this. I know what this is. I want you to take some fingerprints. That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Okay. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. Bruh. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. Talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I do that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Yeesh. Where's your sense of humor? Oh, sure, buddy. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. Where are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Alright, let's do this little finger. The point, the finger index, dust. Okay. We Dustin Hoffman. Wait. Blue. Got it. It's a bit weird. I gave it my best shot. The kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it does look like we'll get a clearer result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger. Okay. Try this. This one seems clear. Dusting away. Yup. All here. Bloop, 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 bloop. And huh. Perfect. Wait, it's not ready? Huh. Why is it not taking it? Give me it. Huh. There it is. Okay. It's can? No, it's not can. Wait, let me think. It should be Goodman. It's not Goodman. It should be Lana. No, it's this one. It's Emma. It's Emma. Oh, why is it Emma? What? I was not expecting that. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They're unclear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Hey, you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's brains doing inside the chief safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth folded and added to the card. Okay, found Chief can't save evidence for something, but what bears Emma Sky's prints? Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You in the code? Eek! Chief can't. Oh boy, we didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the code. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. Oh, no. No. Don't fire Gumshoe. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. Oh, we'll be on our way too then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair? The one without the spiky hair? Don't go yet. Emma? Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright? What's happening? Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it, it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gan was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Okay, anyway, you're listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Okay. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Okay. Attention center, visitor's room. I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. It's Gant. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Yes, thick with triple C. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Okay, keeping quiet. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? Is Gant, the one I'm supposedly so frightened of? What is this person's name? Gant. He's 65? Okay. Oh, I know all the ages. This guy's 22. Okay. 33, 36, 30. Goshu is 30. Okay. He looks older. Lana Sky 29, 16, and 31. Okay, scan. Well, Miss Sky. Oh, I got her. Oh, Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Damon Gann. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he's respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it though that Chief Gann's name was never mentioned? Chief Gann? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gann. If you intend to accuse Chief Gann, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gann falsified evidence in that case. You're gonna love your sister's handprint here. Okay. Let's show the evidence list first. Yep. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. In a safe? That's not what I showed. This chart piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gann himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright. I don't know, something probably happened with Emma, and that's why she's being quiet to you know, protect Emma in some way. I think that's my theory on it. I don't know. It says you, Sir Mist. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. And in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Orders. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. Ooh. Ooh. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Oh. Okay. Alright. Just as I suspected, despite that what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Oh, the knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Darke's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Oh, that's what Angel Star saw then. That stabbing, the second stabbing when he was already dead. Oh, okay. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on the right hand? Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then She saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Star, huh? Okay. Okay, it's getting... Okay, I'm getting it now. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Dark's knife. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be open again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hit Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case? Yeah. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide a knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands? Yeah, okay. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. Okay. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? Okay. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Oh wow. 2 cases to solve. Dang, to be continued. God dang, that was a long investigation part. Holy. 2 hours just for that? Holy crap. Okay. Yes, save the progress. Okay. We're gonna start I'm guessing, yes, the trial former. Okay, so there's 2 parts from the trial in the final day. Well, we're at least in the final day, we know that. So we should be close to the end. Yeah, I'm gonna start the trial, the first part at least, for a bit, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it, because that was a long investigation. Okay. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Who said that? Edgeworth. Edgeworth, knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Yep, looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. If any event once sold out has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. In any event, once sold out has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. Okay. 5 minutes, Wright and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. Yo dude, I'ma head out, no problem. SSWS, thank you. Gonna have to watch the VOD later, no problem. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Chris, for stopping by. And yeah, have a good night, dude. See you later. Bye. Okay. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. Wait. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. Okay. See you in court, right? Okay, see you. Okay. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Kent has on her, it's now. Oh, it's time, boy. Okay. February 25th, 10 a.m. Courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gand. Okay. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Yachi. Been back to the pool yet? Who is he always asking about swimming and stuff? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Don't think I can't top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Oh god, he's doing that silence. Lana, this is to say the defendant has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granting her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Okay. Now, what's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. Oh god, this bitch again. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana. Oh, dude, come on. Objection. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Oh, come on. What is happening? This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Oh, Edgeworth? One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond responsible doubt. Oh, any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, hmm? Thinking mean. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Ken. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm now no longer a naive little boy. You would have me be. Edgy's going off. Okay. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. Wow. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. Ooh. I request the court hears her testimony. Hold it, Mr. Edgeworth. I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Okay, very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you? Right, Chief Ken? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Sky, please take this stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Okay. Oh boy. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Darke of the Joe Darke killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Okay, Edgeworth's just doing all their job. Okay. Well, okay then. Okay. He doesn't need proof or anything? Okay. He sure gave in fast. Yeah. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. 2 years ago. Okay, I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. In the chest? Oh no, it was his back. It was his back, Eva. Okay. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth. What does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Oh, I'm back to being the defense attorney now? Okay. Alright. I thought Lana was doing the self-thing. Okay. I was waiting in my sister's office that day, press on everything as usual. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was a second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gan. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gan and Mrs. Skyer used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. Okay. A man? Yes, Joe Darke. He was a serial killer. Joe Darke was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Darke proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gan's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. Okay. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day there were 2 people present during Darke's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gann and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gann. Okay. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Darke. When Darke grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. I don't think you saw it, I think you blacked out before that. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Darke just then. The lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of a year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out? Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture, yes, I think she mentioned that before. Oh, that picture must be the one that's in the back of the list, right? Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning. Oh, but the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. I have it. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Okay. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken? But I did draw it. I swear, I'm not just imagining it. This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. I know what you want me to do. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us? The man raised up his knife. Okay. And stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. That must have been a real shock. Even now when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Darke was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Darke. Okay. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. I think that those were not the people. I think that might have been Gant stabbing Marshall. I think that's what she kinda saw. Maybe. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna save here. Do. Yes, this one. Okay. I was waiting on my sister's office that day. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna present the picture. Okay, it was this one, right? Yeah. Hehe. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Huh. Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident? Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it... Ah, what's this? It's a picture. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they are different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Nani? Order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, what does it mean? Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Rachworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Rachworth. It's possible. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? You just noticed that, dude? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something wrong on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh, it's the badger? That's that thing. The thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. List of evidence in the Essenline incident. Half of this list was found in Gant's desk. Okay, very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Emma's picture. Okay. Oh, I think the stream froze. Hold on. Give it a second. Okay. Yes, we're good. Okay. He's back. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Okay. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. Okay. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that thought, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Darke about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Emma's picture. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. Okay. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all in black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Darke had a tight grip on me, but when Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flash? After that I must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. Okay. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction here. Is there? Not sure what to do here. I'm gonna save. Okay. The picture I drew 2 years ago. Flash of light was so bright, all I could see. Shows exactly what I saw in that instant. I don't know what to do. Okay, a clear contradiction. I don't see it that clearly, dude. Evidence not I don't know what to present. I don't know, something tells me the knife. Let's check this. Okay. Oh, that's a window. Okay, it's the frame of the window. Okay. Okay. Yep, the badger's just added later, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Let's present this. Now, Your Honor, what do you think about the witness statement? I'm not sure I follow. No. Contain the one. D. Goodman. What is this? Hold on. What does this say? Up in the back. Hold on. Oh, I can read this. A name of deceased Neil Marshall. Date and time of death February 19 between 7 p.m. 7:30. Cause of death single stab wound piercing heart lung. Assessment died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. That's it? Didn't it say it was in the back? I heard that somewhere. Okay. Okay, okay. Oh. I just noticed the armor has a weapon. Did he have a weapon? Did he have a weapon back then? When I was in the office? That looks like you could stab someone. Okay. I don't know. Oh, it was that. Okay. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. Wait, did she say that the one that was being attacked was what's his name? Dark? Yeah, because we wasn't the one being stabbed. Okay. Maybe that's the thing that went over my head. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Oh boy. This I'm not sure actually. This contradiction of course lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Oh, that was it? Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at that. Look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. Yeah, but it shouldn't. If it was before the stab, it shouldn't. If I recall. The tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Darke was the murderer. No, I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. It says to the back? I didn't see that. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Yup. What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does that mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure to remember correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Is there? Have you forgotten already? about a little something called falsified evidence? You're trading on thin ice, right? Okay. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah. Okay. Okay. Order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. Okay. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. Oh, there must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? Am I mistaken? There is another one. I'm gonna save. Okay. Okay. I think there is another one. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't be just explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh shit. The base? Or oh, the screwdriver. Ooh. The screwdriver. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But may I remind you... Oh, okay. The fate of Miss Lansky hangs in the balance. Sorry, Your Honor. Please give me another chance. The murder weapon was already broken. Take a look at this. Here's a real murder weapon. Ah, shit. I couldn't save. I guess the base then? Or is it this knife? Broken to... Well, to murder Joe Dark. This? Anything's broken here, it's you. Fuck. Okay, it's not that either. God damn it, man. God damn it. God dang it. Okay. What else can be a murder weapon? That? No. There's this knife. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna lose this. I think I saved pretty Recently? I'm not sure. Sorry, Your Honor, please give me another chance. Okay. Well, we have a last chance. I'm gonna say this. It's not it. Okay. And we lost. Oh. That's enough. This court seems no reason for to prolong this trial. Defense has failed. This court finds the defendant guilty. Okay. What is it then? Run into the court immediately. Okay. Boom. We don't fail. Okay. Okay, let's load that back. Okay. There is another one. Okay. Okay. The real murder weapon. The real murder weapon was... Oh, ho, ho. The King of Prosecutors trophy. God damn it. I thought I had it that time. It's you. I thought that was it. It's not any of this. That? The spear? Oh, there we go. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. The spear that the armor is holding, right? This is a picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Richard? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding? Oh, that's the thing? Okay. That's a broken knife. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. As we already concluded, the knife is a drawing. In the drawing was not Joe Darke's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Okay. Order. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Darke, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Richard? Because if the King of Prosecutor award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. I mean, you could have taken it from Marshall, I don't know. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Hold it. Who said hold it? Wait. I remember now. I remember everything. Oh. Witness. Mr. Richard. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? This list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? Okay. I knew it. This picture... I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? What? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Why she drew that? All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. You must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Guy? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. Okay. Emma's recollection. Okay. When I saw the man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Another lightning, okay. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its... Stop, please don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this, I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Okay. Emma's recollection. Okay. When I saw the man raise his knife. Okay. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark? Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in prosecutor's office reports. So then I panicked and rushed toward both of them. Okay, why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've gotta help that other person. Okay, I think I knocked away the man with the knife. What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next? Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detective who thought of this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I've seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh brother. Just when you thought that thing has caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Maybe outside the window. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. I thought just crossed my mind. What if it was the shadow of the trophy? Kinda looks like that, I think. I have to see again. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger really? I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna say I might know, and maybe I'll go with that, with the trophy theory that I just said. Okay. All right. I just might know. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw it. Its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. It is the defense belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? I'll save here so that I skipped all the... No, I'm gonna keep that because I had the decision there. I don't know. Please show us the mysterious blue badger look-alike. I mean, it has 3 thingies, so might be that. Oh, or this. It could be the jar. Okay, I'm torn between those things. Let's say the jar. Oh, the mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. There. What about this? How to present it? Oh fuck. Oh no. Here like so. Or the other way around, like this. Not sure. I'd say like this. This isn't right. I got to make it look more like the badger. Okay. Allow me to remind the defense's case hinges on the witness drawing. Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew. We cannot accept this claim. Okay, I got to find just the right angle. Come on, Mr. Wright. Okay. Just the right angle. Okay. I mean, I keep going to the same thing. Okay. Like this? I don't know. I'm just gonna try this. Oh. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm not sure how to do this. It's not like this? No? No. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I can't find it. Um, This looks really like it. Kinda. I don't know, man. Right, okay. I can't seem to find it. Okay. What about the other way around here? Like this? No. I don't see it. I don't see it. I guess like this. Well, it would if it had the other handle, I think. Oh, come on. Okay. The angle. Oh, fucking angle, man. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, shit. There? Oh my god. Okay. Well, if this is a miracle or what? Is okay? No one can possibly deny this char's resemblance to the Blue Badger. Resemblance? Okay. No. It can't be. Okay, it took me a year. Okay. Alright. Order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we'll all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. No, I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Wright. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? It's different because I have to save. Okay. The location, the murder weapon, the murder. The location, the murder weapon. The location was there. The murder. The murder weapon. Allow me to take this in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Darke and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Oh. Are you playing the murderer moved the victim's body? From Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office. Yes. Okay. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? The spear. The suit of armor holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. Okay. So Emma killed Marshall. That's why all is happening. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yup. Oh no. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No. Thought. Oh god, she fainted. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was a witness who took the victim's life and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Objection, Lana. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Guy, but given the circumstances, Joe Darke murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, Do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes. Certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Oh, thinking. Okay. Touche, Miss Guy. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Oh, in the jar. In one manner or another, that's impossible. Yeah, the jar has a sign. It kinda looks like a 7. And 7 makes me think of Gant. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I'm gonna save before it throws me somewhere. Okay. Okay. I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession, Mr. Wright. Would you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Thinking, do not be mistaken, Miss Guy. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. The jar. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? No, it's what's in the jar, bro. Is he going to just speak the killer's names? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. Unless it was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Looks like someone wiped the blood away. Okay. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawing blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. Okay, one that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Okay, Mr. Wright. What kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these blood stains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. Okay. Only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Oh, I see it. It says Emma. I see it. I just noticed. It says Emma. Or I'm trying to see if is there another way. No, it says Emma. Yeah. I'm trying to see if it can say can't, but no, I don't see a way. Okay. Boom. Boom. Sorry, Emma. Boom. Whoops. That it? Percent. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma's guy. Oh god. Oh god, what have we done? Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Chief Gan, you understand the implication of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Darke was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Heck. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Okay. He wasn't... but Joe Darke really was a serial murderer. I was about to say that. He wasn't innocent. He did kill all those people for the accident, right? Maybe he didn't kill Marshall, but yes to all the others. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Okay, he's just throwing him under the bus. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order, 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 order. The gable pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued? Okay. Alright, so we managed to finish that part of the trial. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I just decided in the middle to extend the stream a little bit. Because I felt like it was going pretty fast. Okay. Alright. Yes, save please, and we're gonna call it here. I think that was good progress. And I think we're finally reaching the end of the case. Well, at least it says final date now, so I guess we're close. So yeah, I'm gonna be saving here and calling it here until next time, next weekend, next Saturday. So yeah, that might be the final parts of this case and the game, the first game. But yeah, all right. Okay, I'm gonna be ending it here. No more talking. I'm gonna go to title screen. Okay. Alright. But yeah. Okay. It's getting good. But yeah, I think I have an idea what happened. I don't know, I think Gant is still involved somehow. I haven't proven that, but I don't know. I'm not sure how this is gonna continue. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna be calling it here. Thank you to everyone that was here. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, RJ. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you to all the lurkers. And yeah, and thank you if you're watching this on YouTube. And I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, Sunday. Maybe some little games. I'm thinking maybe Inside and maybe some other game like I think 140. Maybe those two games. I'm gonna be trying to get some trophies. There's no platinums for them, but I'm just gonna try to get all the trophies that I'm missing. I think they're pretty easy to get. So yeah, maybe I will do those two games, but I'll see. But yeah, some trophy hunting as usual in Sundays. So yeah, I'll be doing that, and yep. Yeah, like I said, I'll be here tomorrow Sunday streaming on Twitch. So yeah, again, thank you everyone. I hope you have a good day, good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye everyone. Bye.